Alright, hello. Welcome to E.M.O episode 7. Not gonna check. So, I haven't got it wrong so far. Um, so I want to say off rip, because I know this is going to be a topic of conversation in the comments. I think Drake is a terrible person, and I think Kendrick Lamar is the greatest rapper of all time. Cool? We're all in agreement. I have been a Kendrick fan for a long time. Not going to get into the whole history, but over a decade. Um, I've discovered him in. I discovered him during the OD tapes, overly dedicated, and I really got into him around Good Kid, Mad City. So that's all I'm gonna say. I have no problem with anyone who got into Kendrick because of the beef, who even got into hip hop because of the beef. But I need some of y'all to shut the fuck up. So the new theory going around now is the poetic justice theory. Poetic justice is a song from Good Kid, Mad City, and it was a Kendrick song featuring Drake. It's hilarious if you are a new fan finding that song, because at one point they got along at least well enough to make a song together. The poetic justice theory is that it it really depends on how deep you want the rabbit hole to go. The surface level of the theory is that Kendrick wrote Drake's verse. The jury's still out on that. There's no like explicit proof. Me personally, I think he did. There's some rapping on it that like at the time Drake was never really doing. It's possible that like Drake was just trying to match what Kendrick was doing, you know. But me personally, I wouldn't be surprised either way, because I know he was writing his own stuff at least a little bit at the beginning, Drake. But like, I wouldn't be surprised either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick wrote it. I wouldn't be surprised if Drake wrote it. But the theory goes beyond that into, because that's like a widely held rumor, or at least like that I've heard more recently, that people think that Kendrick wrote the poetic justice verse for Drake, and I could see it, but we don't know. But the rumor, I mean not the rumor, the theory goes deeper than that. That there's little hints, and things like that within the verse showing that he wrote the verse and not Drake. So it's like little Easter eggs in Kendrick's lyrics, and they also bring up other songs in Good Kid, Mad City as proof that he was dissing Drake, that he's been dissing Drake since 2012. What I think I'm assuming, I'm hoping this is mostly new fans. So I'm assuming this is like your first like experience with like beef to this extent. When you have beef with someone, it's not the same thing as having an arch nemesis. Kendrick is not obsessed with Drake. Kendrick does not go to sleep every night and wake up every day thinking about how best to ruin Drake's life. All right, like Drake isn't the Roadrunner, okay? Like, and Drake is just a person Kendrick really did not like. The amount of things that people like, yes, obviously there's sneak disses in a bunch of songs throughout those 10 years between like Control and the beef of last year. A lot of stuff, there was a lot of subliminals. There are lines that I'm positive are about Drake that we just don't know about yet, because the stuff that only those two know about, right? Like, that's been confirmed. That's not like a theory. It obviously, there have been subliminal disses back and forth for a long time before the beef even happened. But not every song is about Drake. The fact that especially stuff off of Good Kid, Mad City, Good Kid, Mad City is about stuff that actually happened in his real life. It's like there are I wish I could remember. Oh, so people are saying that Money Trees is about Drake. People are saying that Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe is about Drake. Like, do you think it's love letters? Is he obsessed with him? Does he secretly have a crush on him or something? What if the amount of times that people say that, like, treat Kendrick like he's just like a really hung up ex? Like, why do you think every single thing that he does, every single line that he says where he's attacking someone or disparaging someone, why is it always about Drake? Why do people think that he just goes to bed and wakes up with just Drake on the mind? It's insanity. Like, you, if Kendrick was as obsessed with Drake as people make him out to be, I think he would have lost the battle, because he just would have been like, yeah, well, last year I saw you take out the trash, but then the year after someone else took it out for you. It would be stalker behavior. I don't think Kendrick thinks about Drake as much as a lot of new Kendrick fans think about Drake. And it's fine. Like, hey, listen, if you don't like Drake, you don't like Drake. I don't like Drake. I don't really make a lot of videos or just talk about him a lot because I don't like him. It's cool to not like him. It's fine to not like him. But you have to stop talking about him so much if you don't like him. I hate to give in to, like, that talking point. I understand that, like, we do need to have conversations about Drake, the lawsuit, his negative influence, his negative behavior. But y'all niggas are milking it, bro. Like, it's bad. It's bad, bro. And the way that they just drag Kendrick into it all the time, as if, like, every single thing he does in his life is to get at Drake. He literally says, like, he doesn't have time for a bunch of rap shit. That's hoe shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. You know, like, he said it in the song. Like, he doesn't spend all day thinking about this shit. But people make these insane theories as if he just has, like, a locker with Drake's picture in it. It's weird. And not like in a homophobic weird. It's it's obsessive. And I just don't think Kendrick Lamar was so obsessed with Drake that he multiple times made entire songs about him on his, like, not debut album, but, like, debut to the world album. I don't think it was just full of Drake disses. I just don't. I'm sorry. I even if he wrote the song for him, I think that probably would lead to him not liking him. I don't think it would lead to him dedicating half the fucking album to shitting on Drake, who at this point wasn't even, like, a superstar. He was just a guy with some hits. the way that people the way that people, like, prescribe so much, like, Kendrick went in and surgically decided how he was going to, like, defeat and humiliate Drake so he could ruin his career. I think Kendrick didn't like Drake for sure. I don't think he was, like, staying up all night trying to figure out how to fuck him over and destroy his life. I think Kendrick is just very calculated, and he planned for, just knowing Drake as a person, planned for what would come next. So, like, if Drake decides to, like, not go crazy at Euphoria, he has a song where he's, like, kind of doing less punches to the head, more body blows, you know? Like, obviously, with Kendrick, he planned out a lot of what was going to happen, but it wasn't in, like, an obsessive way. It was just, that's what they did at TDE. They would record for hours at a time. He probably just made a bunch of material in preparation for whatever Drake had coming. So the reason I have Mr. Morale out too, and this is what I'm gonna end on. I've heard, now this isn't a lot of people, but this just shows the mindset. I have heard People say that the reason Kendrick went to therapy in Mr. Morale was so that he could be clear headed enough to defeat Drake. Be fucking for real. I think that's it.